Hi subscribers and friends. It's an international sardine festival in one of the parks in Southeast Florida, along with a host of chefs and distributors, coming soon, in the fall of 2025, showcasing those little cans of sardines stacked at the back of the shelf or move on pass by in the grocery aisles. Maybe they wrinkle their nose, associating sardines with a strong smell or a food choice from another era. If you only knew the healthy body benefits. But what if I told you that those small fish hiding in tins could offer you some of the most powerful health benefits you're not taking advantage of? For years, sardines have carried an unfortunate image problem, especially in countries like the United States. However, in Jamaica, it may be the best you may have that morning, which is sardine and eggs. Some even drink the oil or pair it with onions, avocado or bread. In Jamaica and America, eating sardines they're often seen as cheap, old-fashioned, or simply unappetizing. Yet, nutrition science tells a very different story. In fact, if more people knew what sardines could do for their heart, their bones, their brain, and even their blood sugar, they'd probably keep a few cans on hand at all times. Sometimes, health isn't about discovering the next superfood trend. It's about rediscovering the simple foods that generations before us already knew were good for us. One of the reasons sardines are so special is that when you eat them, you're eating the whole fish, not just the fillet, but also the bones, the skin, and even the organs. That might sound unusual if you're used to only eating boneless fish fillets, but this is exactly why sardines offer such exceptional nutrition. Those parts we normally throw away in other fish. They're actually packed with minerals and vitamins that our bodies need. When you consume the entire sardine, you're getting a rich dose of calcium from the tiny bones, omega-3 fatty acids from the skin and flesh, and even nutrients stored in the organs. For example, just one small can of sardines provides about 18 grams of protein, over 700 milligrams of omega-3, and more than 100% of your daily vitamin B12 needs. Plus, you get significant amounts of vitamin D, iron, and about 30% of your daily calcium intake. This makes sardines one of the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet per calorie and per dollar spent. It's a natural multivitamin packed in a can. Heart disease remains the leading cause of death worldwide, and for decades, we've heard that omega-3 fatty acids are key to protecting the heart. This is why so many people take fish oil supplements. But here's something you may not know. Eating whole sardines might actually be better for your heart than taking fish oil pills. A recent review published in the journal Frontiers in Nutrition in 2023 explained why. When you eat sardines, you're not just getting isolated omega-3s like EPA and DHA. You're also getting calcium, magnesium, potassium, iron, and zinc, all in the same bite. These nutrients work together in what scientists call a synergistic effect. It means the combination is more powerful than the sum of its parts. Together, they help reduce inflammation, lower oxidative stress, and stabilize heart rhythms in ways that omega-3 capsules alone simply cannot replicate. It's another reminder that whole foods often do more for our health than isolated supplements ever will. When people think of calcium, they usually think of milk, cheese, or yogurt. But did you know that sardines might actually be one of the best sources of calcium you can eat, especially for people who are lactose intolerant or avoiding dairy? Because sardine bones are soft and edible, you're getting a rich source of calcium in a natural bioavailable form. Plus, sardines contain vitamin D, which is essential for helping your body absorb that calcium properly. This is crucial for bone health, especially as we age. Studies have shown that older adults with low calcium and vitamin D levels are at higher risk for fractures and slower healing if they do break a bone. In fact, a 2022 study published in Nutrients found that fish nutrients like those found in sardines can directly help with fracture healing, particularly in older populations. So if you're looking for an easy, affordable way to support your bones, adding sardines to your meals a few times a week is a smart choice. Here's a benefit most people don't expect. sardines may help prevent type 2 diabetes. According to the CDC, 1 in 3 American adults currently has prediabetes and most of them don't even know it. That's a huge number, and the risk of progression to full diabetes is very real. But in 2021, a study published in Clinical Nutrition tested what would happen if older adults with prediabetes added sardines to their diet twice a week. The results were surprising. Compared to the control group, the sardine group had a significantly lower risk of developing diabetes over time. Not only that, but their HDL, the good cholesterol, went up while their triglycerides and blood pressure went down. The researchers believe it's once again the synergy of sardines' nutrients at work. Omega-3s, vitamin D, protein, and calcium all playing roles in metabolic balance. For anyone concerned about blood sugar, sardines might be a simple and delicious protective tool. We often hear about omega-3s and brain health, but many people don't realize how critical DHA and EPA are for maintaining cognitive function. These are the specific types of omega-3s found in fatty fish like sardines. A review in the journal Nutrients in 2018 analyzed 25 randomized studies and found that omega-3s can support better attention, memory, and visual processing in children. In older adults, they help preserve cognitive abilities and may reduce the risk of age-related decline. But once again, whole food sources seem to work better than supplements. When you eat sardines, you're giving your brain the fats it needs in their natural context along with other supportive nutrients. Plus, sardines are far more affordable than most omega-3 capsules, and they don't require swallowing big pills every day. In a world where Alzheimer's and cognitive decline are major concerns, adding sardines to your diet could be one of the simplest preventive steps you can take. Whenever we talk about eating fish, someone usually brings up the concern about mercury. And that's a valid worry, especially with larger fish like tuna, swordfish, or king mackerel. These predatory fish accumulate mercury because they're at the top of the food chain. But sardines are small fish, low on the food chain, and they reproduce quickly. That means they have much lower mercury levels than larger species. In fact, sardines are considered one of the safest seafood choices even for pregnant women and children. That said, balance is always wise. Experts recommend eating a variety of seafood rather than relying on just one type every day. But if you're looking for a heart-healthy, brain-boosting, low-mercury fish, sardines check all the boxes. Health isn't just about what's good for your body. It's also about what's good for the planet. And here's another reason to consider sardines. They're one of the most sustainable animal proteins you can eat. Sardines reproduce quickly, they require fewer resources to harvest, and their fishing practices typically result in less bycatch compared to larger fish. In contrast, farming salmon or catching large predatory fish often involves damaging ecosystems or using heavy antibiotics. Sardines, on the other hand, are naturally abundant and regenerate fast. For people who care about the environment but still want to include animal protein in their diet, sardines represent an ethical and eco-friendly option. Choosing sardines over more resource-intensive proteins can help reduce your carbon footprint while improving your health. If you're new to sardines, you might wonder how to add them to your diet in a way that actually tastes good. The good news is it's easy. Start simple. Try sardines on a slice of whole grain toast with a squeeze of lemon juice and a sprinkle of black pepper. You can also mash them with a bit of olive oil and spread them on crackers. Another idea is to toss them into pasta with garlic and parsley. The flavors blend well and the fishiness becomes much milder. If you find the taste too strong, consider sardines packed in tomato sauce, which often softens the flavor. And if you're concerned about salt, look for low-sodium versions or rinse the sardines under water before eating them. Remember, there's no need to overthink it. Sardines are convenient, don't require cooking, and can be stored in your pantry for months. It's one of the easiest health upgrades you can make. When you put all the evidence together, it's clear that sardines offer an incredible combination of nutrition, affordability, and sustainability. They support heart health, strengthen bones, improve cognitive function, and may even help prevent diabetes. Plus, they're one of the safest seafood options when it comes to mercury and environmental impact. Are sardines a miracle food? Number. There's no such thing. But they come remarkably close to being a near-perfect package of nutrients in an inexpensive, convenient form. The biggest obstacle to eating more sardines isn't science. It's habit and perception. So next time you're shopping for groceries, consider giving this humble little fish a second look. Your body will thank you and the planet might too. Register with Black Media IPTV at gmail.com for updated menus and events. Thanks for watching.